Metro has endured a bumpy ride since it replaced the ANC in the seat of government. Friction between the DA Mayor, Athol Trollip, and the now ex-Deputy Mayor, Mongameli Bobani, from the UDM is at the forefront of the ructions. A brawl also broke out between councillors during a council meeting last year, resulting in criminal charges of assault against two ANC councillors. The DA is in coalition with the UDM, COPE and the ACDP, and numerous interventions have thus far been unable to resolve the impasse between Trollip and Bobani.
The dawn of a new era for the Metro, Port Elizabeth, was highly contested during the 2016 local government elections. The DA wrested control from the ANC by securing 46.7% of the vote and 57 seats in the 120-seat council. History was made with the promise of better services for all.
There will be no more wasting of our resources on the glitz and glamour of irrelevant public events, flashy motor cars, wasteful expenditure on cadre deployment.
From the onset, it became obvious that the smaller coalition partners will play a big role.
It just shows to South Africans that they actually are the custodians of democracy in this country, and if they want change and vote for change, they can get change. So essentially what's happened, we've got change in Nelson Mandela Bay. It is a beautiful sun-shining day in the middle of winter. It just shows you that we should be a real tourism destination and that the city and this province of ours have got enormous potential. I look forward to exploiting that potential, addressing the issues of unemployment, poor service delivery, and obviously corruption stopped last night at midnight.
But the honeymoon did not last long. The first sign was a no-show by some political party meetings for a special council meeting earlier in the year, and then the ousting of Bobani as head of public health, and later as deputy mayor. Allegations implicating Bobani in illegal spending in the extended public goods program appointments and his erratic behavior after he voted against the coalition on numerous occasions were put forward for his dismissal.
That the council resolves to remove Councillor M.E. Bobani from his position as deputy executive mayor.
So I'm still interested. Where did I fail? I don't know where did I fail, except that you can go to the communities, they will tell you, we have done something, public health have done something that was never done for more than 23 years. So I'm still wondering where did I fail when I managed within 8 months to employ more than 450 create more than 450 temporary jobs, when I managed within 2 weeks, there was a strike here that could have actually lasted for longer. I managed to actually thwart the strike, and now the confidence of the workers is there. Not a single corruption that is actually there. Not a single corruption that is there. All this thing about corruption right now is still actually in the media, whatever. If a person is saying that you are corrupt, prove that you are corrupt. Put the charges and take those charges to court.
The Patrick Alliance then withdrew from the coalition and subsequently brought a motion of no confidence against the mayor and speaker Jonathan Lavak. It was seconded by Bobani. The motion failed as the EFF with 6 seats did not vote with the opposition parties.
It's not a failure to me. It's not a failure to the Patriotic Alliance, and it's not a failure to the Black Caucus who was in favour of the motion to carry. The positive that came out of it, at least the cat came out of the bag. We were always sceptical about the EFF, who claims that they are opposition, yet they are in coalition, unofficially so, with the DA. And this motion, we found out way before the time that they are not going to support this motion.
We're not going to allow the ANC or anyone else to want to get through the back door in terms of leadership. The people of the Metro gave power to the DA to lead this municipality. They needed our support, and we're giving them that support. And we'll never take our support and give them to the ANC. It will never happen.
At this point, the UDM is effectively not participating in the running of the Metro. Questions are being raised about the effect on service delivery by the infighting. The Metro extended its deadline to eradicate the bucket system in the city by 6 months. The municipality says that by September it reduced the bucket toilet system by nearly 4,000 units, with a further 12,300 left to eradicate. Former MMC for Infrastructure Engineering Annette Lovemore says this was largely the result of people moving into RDP houses or to be service stands where RDP houses were to be built.
I think the DA, if it was complacent that it will win these municipalities that it is leading through coalition governments, it will have a surprise of its life. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen with the renewed ANC if, as a result of this conference, it is able to regroup and rebuild and salvage what's left of the brand. So it has got no choice but to start driving towards visible service delivery that people can say, we've seen that and we've experienced that change, and therefore we can vote the DA back into power.
The DA also plans to remove the position of Deputy Mayor from its organogram. There have also been 2 changes made to the mayoral committee. Lerato Tipa, SABC News, Port Elizabeth.